So look, there are a lot of problems with today's Republican Party, but the biggest one is you've got this caucus, particularly in the House, but they're everywhere. But this caucus full of people that are lunatic, crazy, mad as a hatter, out of their minds, Jewish lasers, batshit, Satan whispering into the ear of the Pope, drawing anime of porn of fellow members getting beheaded, kind of effing nuts. And because of that, we spend a lot of time on a couple people. You know, those people are Marjorie Taylor Greene and Lauren Boebert and Paul Gosar and Ted Cruz and Josh Hawley. But some of these others, they actually often sneak under the radar. And so I give you once again Ronny Jackson, who should scare the living F out of us. Fuck. Let's just say it. Because he was the White House doctor. Like, we trusted him even before Trump to look at our presidents and determine if they were healthy or not. And then we found out that Dr. Ronny Jackson, who said Donald Trump was strong as bull, and that this Jabba the Hutt looking guy that lived off of KFC grease and 3 scoops and rage tweeting was going to live till he was going to be 237 years old. And we started looking into Ronny Jackson and found out, hey, the Pentagon did an investigation. The Pentagon discovered he was drinking on the job and he was taking sleeping pills all the time. And he's a nutter himself. So he did what every nutter does who's a Republican. Once he was no longer qualified to be a doctor, he ran for Congress. And of course he won because being a nut helps in Republican primaries. He has said a lot of crazy stuff since he got to the House. But I figured I'd talk about something he said today, because again, this is the kind of crap that we're getting from these guys these days. This is what the press is treating as normal. Just both sides, Quote, Gmail is actively suppressing emails from Republicans from hitting your inbox. Straight to spam. Straight to spam. This is election interference. Big tech is out of control. Big tech is Peter Thiel, by the way, who made his money off of PayPal and what else? All sorts of tech, who put $15 million into Ohio so JD Mandel could win his primary when he had not a snowball's chance in hell before that. Not a snowball's chance in a nice San Francisco neighborhood with Ghirardelli and wonderful foie de gras and everything that JD liked to do before he became our regular tough guy here. I digress. They attack big tech, which is what's funding them. Let's get back to Ronny. Gmail is suppressing his emails. They're being shadow banned by clouds in front of the sun. Oh, right. It was Twitter, or I guess it was shadow banning them. Maybe their tweets are just dumb as and nobody wanted to read them except for crazy people. But the grievance on the right, oh my God, they're always the victims. They're so mean to us white, male, straight people that have run the universe. And so Ronnie's now saying that Gmail is actively suppressing his emails. I don't know if he saw this in his cornflakes. Maybe it whispered it out to him. I don't know where else this may have come from. Maybe too many bottles of Jack in a row. But, this is not something new either. He has supported Donald Trump's conspiracy theories about the election. He has tried to attack Joe Biden's cognitive abilities. Again, Donald Trump stood up a week before the election in Ohio and endorsed both candidates. He congealed them into one sort of metamorphosis into the kind of beast that could destroy the earth in J.D. Mandel. He's proud of having said man, woman, camera, fat guy who likes KFC in a row. You don't need me to go into it, right? Hurricanes, we should nuke hurricanes and we should buy Greenland and, stick an ultraviolet light up your arse and you'll get rid of COVID. I mean, we can go the litany of things Donald Trump has said. He thinks he's shaking Frederick Douglass's hand next week. But this guy, of course, attacks Joe Biden with no proof. He diagnoses him from afar, even though he's not really a doctor anymore. He likes to play one on TV, a drunk one. But he gets out there, he says these things, and they're shared. And again, it's Gmail today. Who is it next week? He voted against certifying the Electoral College. He attacked our own government and said the election was fake. He encouraged sedition and an attack on our Capitol that led to police officers being stabbed, speared, kicked, stomped, beaten in every way, and feces smeared on the walls and just other disgustingness. He's voted against anything that any sane human being would vote for. And so now it's Gmail. Next week it'll be, Facebook will be doing something. Facebook started licking me the other day. I could feel it from behind, this wetness on my neck, and it was Facebook. Although, in his defense, Mark Zuckerberg might do that. Ronny Jackson's a crazy person. He barely won his primary last time, but I don't sense we're going to get anything better out of that Republican district, so it doesn't really matter. But he is normal in the Republican Party. He is what they are. And people need to understand that. It's not just Marjorie Taylor Greene and Lauren Boebert and Paul Gosar, the 3 or 4 that get the most. It's Gohmert and it's Gates and it's Jordan and we can go on forever. They cannot be trusted to run government. Get out and vote in the midterms, people, or people like Ronny Jackson will be running Congress.